Jordan,
Ian!
who was on a train when they discovered they had lost their ticket. In a panic, they took a hostage, and now flustered, when asked by the police what their demands were, they asked for the only thing that they could think of, which ended up being a stapler.
Calvin Harris?
No. Two guys! Hello and welcome to episode 127 of Two Guys What's Up, the weekly comedy podcast where the police said they'd let me off this train if I can make them laugh. My name is Ian, and this guy is Stapler. Stapler, how are you?
I'm good, thanks.
Nice.
I'm tired.
Yeah, oh, me too. I don't know why. I was sober last night.
Is that why?
Maybe.
Withdrawals.
No, I'm not shaking. I'm all good. But I went to bed early. I did some editing, and I was like, you know what? I'm tired. I'm going to go to bed. And I did. It was 1 o'clock, which I know to a lot of people is late, but to me that is fairly early.
Yeah?
And I went to bed, got a good night's sleep, woke up, and now I'm tired.
No.
What does that tell you?
Should have got
Should have got smashed, pal.
You would have definitely fallen asleep then.
Exactly, yeah. Got a good night's sleep, woke up bright and breezy, maybe a little hungover,
Ready to
but
do it all over again.
yeah.
Nice.
Best way to live your life.
Well, I'm tired because I did a wedding last night, but it was good fun.
Yep.
Enjoyed it. And not long ago, recovered from the weekend celebration of my wife's birthday too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you told me you've got some stories to tell me about that.
Well, I mean, a couple of things happened, and I'm like, is this normal? I don't think it is. So I want your opinion.
Okay,
on
right.
it.
Hit me.
So, as you do, we decided for my wife's birthday that we would go out for brunch. Mm-hmm. And I want your opinion on something. My wife got an iced latte.
Yep. That's normal. That is normal.
That is normal. Yeah, that's not the thing I need an opinion on.
Oh, okay, right.
And I got a normal hot latte.
Okay, yeah.
And that's also not the thing I need an opinion on.
Yeah. I learned that from the last time.
Yeah, all right. It arrived. Mm-hmm. Everything was great. Iced latte got put on the table. Lovely. My drink got put on the table. It arrived with a saucer.
Yeah.
And then a glass. Literally a glass you would drink tap water from on top of that. It didn't fit, so it was like rocking, and it had no handle, and it's a hot drink.
Right.
So I went to kind of pick it up as you would, and it was burning.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't think that's normal.
No, that is not normal. I think they maybe just ran out of crockery and just thought, well, fuck it, just stick it in that.
We'll put it in this glass that'll probably snap.
Yeah, probably break. I remember once when I was a child, I was getting to the point where I could do things like use toasters and kettles. You know, when kids do that, they feel so accomplished because like, I can cook. And my mum was like...
You just never progressed.
Yeah, exactly. I thought, well, this is a height of fucking aristocracy here, mate. Toasters and kettles. Yeah. But I asked my mum, I was like, oh, do you want a cup of tea? And she was like, yeah, why not? So I made her a cup of tea, and I thought I'd be stylish and put it in a glass cup. So, you know, I think I've probably seen it in a Next magazine or something like that. But I gave it to her, and I was like, oh, look at this, all fancy. And she was like, hey, yeah, that's really good, buddy. But that's glass. The heat might break it, so go and change it. So I would have thought that in a restaurant, they might think, we'll probably just wash a cup. We haven't got any clean. We'll just wash one.
Exactly.
An actual mug, you know, not just stick it in a fucking Coke glass.
So the thing is, right, I should have taken a picture because I said to my wife, I was like, I feel like I want to complain about this because I can't really comfortably drink this right now.
Yeah.
And she was like, no, it's, and I was like, okay, I won't. It's your birthday. Fine. Okay.
I won't make a scene.
Yeah. I just, bent over and fucking took it.
Yeah.
But I just thought that's really strange. I've heard of coffees in a glass, but normally with a handle.
Yeah.
Or it could be I don't even know what you call them, but the sort of the double layered glass, aren't they? So it doesn't really touch the side.
Is it tempered, maybe? I know what you mean, though.
Yeah. So it's like glass within a frame of another glass, isn't it?
Yeah.
I just found it really weird. So I'm glad it's not me that thinks that that's an odd choice.
What do they call them types of glasses with it's got the ridges up the side and it's flat on the top? Is that a highball glass? Is that the type of glass you're talking about?
Think of a small 250ml tumbler, if you like.
Yeah.
It was essentially just one of those, just a standard glass. It looked like it was probably from IKEA.
Yeah, that one. Oh.
Yeah, just a bit smaller.
Yeah, right, cool. So yeah, is the one with the weird ridges. I'll tell you what, I'll screenshot this. I'll put it on the Instagram where everyone can see.
Just because people wouldn't believe you screenshotting.
No, yeah. He's lying. He can't use technology.
Not like he can a toaster.
Fucking professional on the old kettle.
But yeah, I found it really weird. And more so because everywhere else I looked around, everyone was having hot drinks out of a mug.
And they're all looking at you going...
Yeah, like, what's that idiot do with a fucking tumbler? Doesn't he know he'll burn himself? Not bad.
Lovely.
Sounds like an ape. That was for brunch. Mm-hmm. And then we decided, let's go out for tea as well.
Oh, nice.
So I decided to go to somewhere else.
And they gave you your dinner in a potted plant pot.
So here's the thing, right? You joke. But my wife ordered some sort of lovely Mediterranean wrap thing. Yeah. Chicken wrap was lovely. On a plate. I ended up getting a burger that arrived on a metal tray.
What?
Not even with, like sometimes they have paper underneath. It makes it kind of look retro. It was just on a metal tray. And then at the time of ordering that, the woman taking my order said, would you like with that salad, fries, or potato fries?
Okay.
That's the thing I had to. I said my exact thing was, sorry, potato fry? What's the difference? And she said, would you like salad, fries, or potato fries?
So yeah, I heard what you said.
And I sort of then just looked down at the menu, read myself that it actually said salad, fries, or sweet potato fries.
Okay.
That made more sense. And I said, oh, do you mean sweet potato? She was like, yeah, sweet potato fries.
Okay, right.
And I have a feeling she didn't know, really, that sweet potato was maybe a different thing somehow.
Yeah.
Maybe she thought fries grew from the ground.
Yeah, people just picking chips. Or you can do the homemade ones. You can make potato fries.
You can, yeah.
Crazy.
So it all kind of happened for me.
Yeah, I think that would be enough to put me off going to a restaurant ever again, mate.
Yeah, I just haven't left the house since.
Trying to think, like, you order something in or something and it comes in on a suitcase.
That would be useful. I could use that.
Yeah, fair enough.
It would probably come in a doggy poo bag.
Yeah.
It's got a hole in
the
it.
Floor.
Nice, yeah.
Delicious.
Anyway, yeah. Just really strange.
That is very weird. And weird to happen twice in one day.
Yeah, whereas all my wife's happenings in that day was fine. So, I mean, that's kind of nice, I suppose. It was her birthday. It would be horrible if she experienced kind of...
Horrible or hilarious, whichever way you look at it.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, I just wanted your take on particularly the coffee.
Yeah. Have you, played, these people's weddings or something? Like, you did a really bad job?
Probably.
That
Wouldn't surprise me.
Leave. Yeah.
Anything exciting with you?
Fuck all.
I'm going to say it is half term. You got your kids at home.
Yeah, so that means just parks, walks, getting up early, and regular eating times.
Okay. And in your case yesterday, more slightly regular sleep times.
Precisely. Got a bit of a good sleep.
Nice.
Yeah, that's it. All the excitement in my life right now, nothing.
Never mind. That's all right. It's okay. Sometimes you need the light and shade in your life. I mean, it's more shade, but...
If you say so. Anyway, Jordan, right, so tell me old sausage, mate, what have you got coming up for us today?
Well, today it was kind of inspired by what happened with stupid happenings and interactions and stuff. And it was, when did you realise you were dating an idiot?
Oh, nice.
So this isn't a relationship, I should say, to my wife.
Oh, okay, right.
I'll put that out there in case this is the one episode she listens to.
Because you asked her, is this coffee in a glass normal? And she went, yeah, and you were like, oh. I've just realised something.
Yeah. So that is what I'll be doing today. Mm-hmm. And what on earth have you got?
Well, Jordan, did you ever hear about something? Just a name or a phrase, and then weirdly, that thing hears you back?
Wait, what do you mean?
Exactly. Threw you off then, didn't I? You thought I was going to say you start seeing it everywhere, but oh no.
It hears you back.
It hears you back, Jordan.
Or it
today.
hears your back.
If you want.
Those hairs are loud. Scratchy.
Yeah, they're really long, so you can tie them to things and just pluck them.
Yeah, oh great, yeah.
Very helpful.
It could make a nice harp out of you.
Precise. Yeah, that's some kind of horrible horror movie.
Does, doesn't it?
Like someone making instruments out of people.
Oh, it's a bit like those, what do they call them, where they make them into those angels with the skin. It was an old medieval torture thing.
Yeah, I think I know what you mean. Wasn't it called something eagle? Something like that?
Yeah, I only think of spread eagle. It wasn't that.
Oh, that's the fun kind of
that is
punishment. Today, Jordan, we are talking about a creeper named Zozo.
Okay, have you got a stutter?
No, it's the double, the Zozo.
Oh, okay.
That is the full name. Have you ever heard of this?
No.
It's contagious, apparently.
Is it? Okay.
Zozo is a name that has been spelled out on Ouija boards all over the world, and with it follows chaos, illness, electronic malfunction,
Sorry?
malfunction, electronic malfunction, and in some cases, something far worse. But this story is not just one that is stuck in the dusty archives of old ghost stories. It's digital, and it is a story that is spread just by being known.
Like butter.
What? You don't know about butter and then it spreads on your toast? What I mean is it's passed by word of mouth.
Like butter.
Yes, depends what you get up to with it, I guess. But I do hate to be one of those creepypasta type of people that tries to incite fear for the sake of it. But the story does say that if you learn of Zozo, Zozo may learn of you too.
Right.
So kind of, if you start looking at the paranormal, you light up on its plane and it sees you. It's like, pray.
Are you talking about it? Does that count as well?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Thank God I'm only listening.
Well, there is a small disclaimer. I wrote this story weeks ago, and so far, Zozo is a no-show.
Didn't you say, though, that a weird thing happened? Oh, it was scratching in your wall, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, the other day. Yeah, that was on the recording. That probably was just next door. But it seems weird to me that somebody would just be sat in the house going... it's like, oh, I'm bored. I think I'm going to scratch my upstairs wall. But, whatever they want to get up to in their own time.
Absolutely. It reminds me, though, of that story. It was a British lady, I think, who went on a holiday in Wales. She managed to lock herself in the airing cupboard of the room.
Yeah, I know this one.
And ended up trying to scratch her way out through the wall and ended up sadly passing away. But
didn't she in that story try and grab a pipe or something and it broke and she froze to death?
So she had freezing water pouring on her.
Yeah.
Well, cold water pouring on her for a couple of days.
Oh, fucking...
So I was just going to say maybe that's what was happening next door.
Possibly.
You've not heard them since, have you?
I have.
Okay.
I've seen one of them.
Oh, right.
Oddly enough, I've seen the younger one, so maybe she's just like, oh, nice one, Mum's gone, free house.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, God, that's grim, isn't it? I better just shut up and get on with the story.
All right, yeah.
Shall we crack on?
Yes.
Okie dokie. The earliest widely shared reports of the entity that calls itself Zozo came in the early 2000s during the Wild West days of the internet forums and paranormal message boards. People from all over the world were using Ouija boards, and strangely, they all started reporting the same thing. They'd be chatting to an entity, they'd ask its name, and the planchette would start to move rapidly back and forth between the Z and the O, over and over. Z-O, Z-O, Z-O.
So actually it might not be Zozo. It might be Zozo.
Yeah, maybe the entity does just have a stutter that has followed it into its afterlife. And it's actually called Zoloff or something, but it's like zo. It's as soon as they see Zozo, they're like, oh God, put the board away.
He's like, no, let me carry on.
Well, Zoloff's like, I need someone to get a message to my mum.
To my mum.
Oh God, there's another entity, Mama.
Oh dear. Sorry.
No worries. Sometimes it spelled the name nicely, but other times it would just hammer those two letters with force. But no matter how it appeared, once that name showed up, things usually went a little bit mad.
It was with force because he was getting really fucking frustrated.
Yeah, stuck on this fucking Where's the L? Forgotten how Ouija boards work. After the entity made itself known, the board would suddenly get aggressive.
Told you.
Where's the L? Spells that out, lands on the L, and spells out, oh, there it is. Let me start over. Damn! Answers would turn violent, crude and threatening. People would be told they were going to die and that their families were in danger and that something was coming for them. So, maybe not quite the nice guy Zoloff we thought. Just words, surely. They'd get up, stick the board away, all sorted, done and dusted. But after the session, that's when the real problems started.
Everybody stuttered.
It was contagious. The board is a bastard. People reported sudden illnesses, headaches and nausea. Pets began to react to empty corners of rooms, but most consistent was electronics going absolutely mental. Computers freezing, TVs turning on and off, phones ringing with no caller, instant messages popping up on computers and websites like MySpace and AOL Messenger, all full of gibberish, interdispersed with Zs and Os from accounts that didn't exist.
Oh, right. This is going beyond what I anticipated.
Oh yeah, man. I told you it gets digital. And when things get digital, that's when it starts to freak you out because we live in a digital world, Jordan.
Interesting, okay. Maybe it can't spell properly and it was trying to go for not a Z, but an X. Just wanted some kisses and hugs.
Or possibly. That is a very modern thing to do, an XOXO.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you changed my mind. Well, hang on a minute. What about the nausea, the headaches, and the death threats?
Just an off day.
Just having a bad day that day.
You know, he needed more kisses and hugs that day.
Couldn't quite get his hair looking how he wanted this morning, when he did it.
I mean, he would be frustrated, wouldn't he, when no one gives him any kisses or hugs?
Yeah, everyone just goes, ah!
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, God, man. First of all, my fucking toothbrush battery's dead. Then my hair. Now this? I'll kill you.
It's enough to send you into murder.
Right over the edge.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Well, let's continue reading and see if that's where we can ascertain any more evidence of this.
Okay, yeah.
Because maybe we're onto something. One of the earliest and most public cases came from a man named Darren Evans. He was a man from Oklahoma who went public around 2009 with his long-running nightmare. He said Zozo came through during a ouija session he was performing with his girlfriend. At first, it pretended to be a dead relative, seemed helpful and familiar, but then it got angry, started swearing at them, and even threatened their newborn daughter.
How does it swear at them through the Ouija board?
FUB. Is there an asterisk on a Ouija board? B
you could write one.
asterisk. That'd be a fucking long message. You're like, it calls you a dickhead or something, like really long, spelling out all the asterisks in the middle, and then you're like, what did you call me? Well, here we go again. D-A-S-T.
Oh, you ask it, have you ever watched Sound of Music? What's your favourite song? It starts well as supercalifragilistic.
With a fucking between every word.
Oh, yeah, it just gets it wrong, starts again.
But things didn't end there, Jordan. They only escalated. Darren reported shadowy figures moving through their home, mirrors breaking for no reason, their eldest daughter developing a disturbing imaginary friend who claimed to be, you guessed it, Zozo. There were physical attacks, scratches, sleep paralysis, oppressive feelings of dread, and one time their bathroom flooded after the taps turned on by themselves.
They need to get their plumbing seen to.
Either that or an exorcist. I mean, I'd probably lean more towards the exorcist.
But why would there...
Actually, you know what? No, fuck the exorcist. Just grab this fucking ghost and punch it in its stupid face. Just be like, oi, come here.
Oh, I thought it was getting a hug finally.
It did. My XO and XO is coming true.
Oh, poor bugger. But why would their bathroom flood? Just because the taps are on?
I guess the plug was in. I don't know. Maybe they got a shit sink. Maybe when they were redoing it, that was the last bit they forgot to budget for, and they were like, let's just get a bucket.
Yeah, fair enough, yeah. You could be right.
And from this, he, instead of helping his family, started collecting similar reports online, and it turned out he wasn't alone. People from the US, UK, Brazil, and the Philippines, just to name a few, were reporting the same patterns. A Ouija session, the ZOZO movement, a sudden dark shift in tone, threats, lies, and fear, followed by activity that jumped from the board into their homes. But Jordan, here is the goddamn twist.
Twist, mate.
No, you make fucking promises you can't cash in on, pal. I'll jump over this table. Some people who have said to have had the Zozo treatment claimed to have never even used a Ouija board at all. They just read about Zozo online or heard about it in passing, and then the weirdness started. One girl claimed she heard about it in a schoolyard, thought it was a joke, then that night came the footsteps, the gusts of cold air, and the creepy whispers. Others said Zozo visited them in their dreams, or that they started seeing the name spelled out in weird places, like condensation on mirrors, or scribbled into margins of notebooks. And one guy said he saw it show up in a digital clock, blinking ZO at exactly 3:33 a.m. But my question is, how the would he know? His clock was blinking. Zozo.
I assume there's maybe another form of a time device in the house. Maybe a watch. A phone.
I'm scared of my alarm clock. I'm going to go downstairs to the kitchen. Oh, look, a clock. Oh, it's 3:33. I'll remember that. I think that's maybe just been added in there for the whole
horror
witching
effect.
hour. Yeah. Oh, everything happens at 3:33.
Is that actually what they say? 3:33?
I think so.
Because it's half of 666. Is that why?
That's as good a theory as any, mate.
Why don't you just get 666?
I don't know. I guess not every entity is the devil. That's his signature, innit? It's like, why don't you sign my name on your credit card thing?
I do.
Oh, fuck, that'll be explain the debt.
I'm sorry. Yeah, that's why your score went down.
Right. Thanks. Drat.
I thought, by the way, at first that when you said that Zozo appeared, before you said it was about the clock, I thought you were going to say something like it was in a calculator upside down or something. Like when you put boobies in. Because you think that's cool.
Oh, yeah. It is cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
Still one of my favourite things to do. I still remember a stupid fucking thing that people used to do in class when we were in school, right? And I can tell you, right? So if anyone doesn't remember or if you've never done it, Jordan, if you get your calculator out right now, I will talk you through it, and I'll talk you through it at home.
Okay.
Right. So
calculator at the ready. Yeah, it's right. Zeroed off.
Perfect. Right. So there is a story that goes along with this.
Oh God. Okay. I
don't know why I remember this. I have a stupid mind. I've told you that before, right? So it says, right, a girl was 13, right? So I had 13, right? And then she had 8445 bra size.
So I just typed this.
8445, yeah.
Yeah.
She went to the doctor. The doctor said, oh. She gave some pills, told her to take them 2 times a day, so hit the 2 times. But she took them 4 times a day, hits 4 times, and then hit equals, and then turn that upside down. What do you got?
I'm assuming this would be boobless.
Correct.
It was very hard to decipher from that.
Yeah. But yeah, that is what the words spell out.
Nice. Worth it. What is 8445 size?
Mate, I don't fucking know. This was made up when kids were like 6 years old or something,
Yeah.
And it's just stuck with me. I don't
Nice.
know why.
Well, I'm glad that school was helpful for you.
That is literally the only thing I remember from it.
Oh, yeah. Ooh. Not calculus. Trigonometry.
No, God, no.
Oh, right, okay.
I remember something about pie. That was delicious.
Oh, yeah.
Lunchtime,
tasty.
that's what it's called.
3.14 apple pie.
So, Jordan, in true episode 8 style, it seems that Zozo likes to feed off fear and attention. The more people know about it, talk about it, or look for it, the more the reports surface.
Yeah, makes sense.
Oh, so what is this thing? Let's have a little chat about that. Some think Zozo is just a modern urban legend, a meme that acts like a virus, spreading through conversation and suggestion. A creepy story with just enough structure to stick in your head, and once it's there, your brain does the rest. Fills in the blanks, mistakes the noise you'd normally brush off as an evil ghost bitch.
Yeah.
But others think it's something more ancient. There's a 19th century French occult dictionary that mentions a girl in Picardy who claims that she was possessed by 3 demons, one of them which was named Zozo. Coincidence? Maybe. Or maybe it's older than we think. There is a Pazuzu theory. Pazuzu was the Mesopotamian demon of plagues and storms.
Are you sure it doesn't mean Pazuzu?
Yeah, it accidentally went to the P first. P. People link the names because of how similar they sound, but really, there's no real way to ascertain that. But one of the more unsettling theories is that Zozo isn't a demon at all, but it is a thought form, an entity that feeds on thought, energy, and belief, like a tulpa, like we spoke about. The more people fear it, the more people read about it, the more it becomes. The more people talk about it, the more power it gains. But unlike ghosts, Zozo doesn't need a location, it just needs to be thought of. So it's not just on the board, it's in your phone, it's in your dreams, it's everywhere.
But is it real or is it just a figment of your imagination?
I believe the amount of thought that goes into it gives it a tangible form.
Right, but it isn't really a thing.
Yeah, it's a thing. It's like an entity. But, whatever we think about it is what...
It's self-created.
Yeah, whatever attributes it has. So we think it's a ghost or an entity that, is unseen, so that's what it is.
So if I thought of it as a little caterpillar...
I guess everyone would have to think of it as a little caterpillar in order for it to...
Can we not do that?
Take that form. Yeah, we can start a movement here if you want.
All right, it's a very hungry one.
Oh, God. It's eating everything.
Yeah.
You wake up like with a caterpillar up to your knees like...
Oh, God.
Your feet are halfway down its throat.
Oh, I think that's worse.
Yeah, well done. Look, you started.
Oh, sorry.
I had no part in that.
Oops.
So is Zozo real? Is it a modern myth, a collective delusion, or something darker? All we know for sure is people keep saying the same thing. They didn't believe it until they said its name out loud, and then things started happening. So my advice would be, if you start to hear anything you don't recognise crashing around your home, simply ignore it. Don't give it the energy. But for the love of God and all that is righteous in this world, do not sit in the dark and play with a bloody Ouija board and ask, is anyone there? Because you might get Zozo coming after you and effing you to fuck up.
Yeah, that's often what happens after kisses and hugs.
A sexy Ouija board session.
Yeah, like take off this item of clothing if you go to L.
Oh no, it's on the L. You can't
I promise I wasn't pushing it.
It's just stuck on the ZO and the ZO.
Nice. That's a really interesting tale.
Yeah, it's a good one, I think.
There's not a lot in way of evidence, though.
All right, sorry.
But it's a great story.
Google it if you want.
Okay.
I'm only here for the laughs and the conversation.
So there's the thought that it's potentially this demon figure.
It could be, yeah. I think there is it also calls itself like the King of Hell or the King of Demons or something
How
like that.
do we know? It only goes Zedo, Zedo.
There are other Ouija board stories out there where it continues. It's like, I am Zozo, the king of your mum, or whatever it is.
Oh, right, okay.
So there, I think people with their limited knowledge of the paranormal just see things in their own little boxes. Like aliens are aliens. They come from space. They come down in ships.
Yeah.
Ghosts are dead people. Demons come from Ouija boards. Whereas, we might think they're all the same thing.
Right.
So if somebody just does a Ouija board and something starts happening, people just go demon. Whereas we might think thought form or, entity trying to just get fear or, things will escalate in different directions, that kind of thing.
See the bigger picture.
Yes, I think that's why people might think it is just a demon.
Okay. Yeah, I get that.
And the entity plays off that. It's like, yeah, I'm the king of your face or whatever it says. But yeah, I think there is the more accepted theory that it might be like a thought form. So
Okay. That's interesting.
The more energy people give it, the more energy it can use to incite it's like a give and take kind of relationship.
Except not the one you want.
Not the one you want, no.
Has anything really bad happened to anybody as a result? As in, like, deaths of people because of this? Or has it just been an unsettling time?
To be honest, I didn't get that far. I just did the groundwork research. So,
Okay.
I was telling you about the guy, and then, in the future I might dive into anything actually horrible that has happened, like a specific case. But, I just thought I'd give you the overall today. So I'm not sure is a short answer.
Okay.
Yes, I am very underprepared, thanks, Jordan.
No, I enjoyed it. I'm not knocking it.
Well, it kind of sounds like you are.
Maybe.
So, Ian, can you tell me anything actually about the guy? No. Oh, wow, that's weird.
Well, it was interesting. I enjoyed it.
Thank you very much. Do you think it's real? Yes. Cool. Right. Moving on then.
Yeah. Proven.
So, Jordan, have you got your segment ready to go?
No. Okay, Ian.
It's okay.
The question was, when did you realise you were dating an idiot?
Okay.
And this isn't
Last
a question
night.
to you. Okay,
Oh,
right. I'll edit that out.
It's impossible.
And send it to
We're in the cell. But you're on my side then.
Sorry. So, yeah, this is taken from online on Reddit. And the question was, when did you realise you were dating an idiot? And here's what people had to say.
Nice, can't wait.
The night I said, I thought I smelled gas, and they grabbed a lighter and struck it without hesitation to test if there was.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think they were with them for that long.
Yeah, so they're dead.
Possibly. Yeah.
The lies were eradicated.
I mean, it doesn't go into any more whether there was gas or not. I'm assuming there wasn't because they've written it.
Because the girlfriend she burned it all up with a lighter, didn't she? So
Yeah.
got rid of it all.
Absolutely, yeah. And the hairs.
That's the way it works.
Also interesting that you put it as the woman doing that.
No. You right, hang on a minute, right, before you carry on, I have a theory, right, that I'm only using from my personal experience
Go on.
as my...
Dig your hole.
No, I think this is a very valid point to make. I'm just using my own experiences as my viewpoint, right, because, like, when...
Small-minded.
Shut up, 1 second. Right, like, when I had a dog, right, the dog was a male dog, right, so whenever I saw any other dog, I'd be like, oh, what's his name? Because my reference point is male dog, right? So when I think about myself, I think about the partner being my wife, the person, the girl, right? So I just, from my viewpoint, if I think of anyone else's relationship, I just instantly think of the other person being the female.
Get in the modern world, Ian.
All right, sorry, what did the goldfish do with the lighter, Jordan?
Oh, I love it. Another one says, she refused to pay taxes. This is a lady.
Thank you.
She refused to pay taxes, have a bank account, or pay for public transit. She told me, I change my name every few years so they can't find me. He goes on to say, she would literally go to the government and change her name legally so the government couldn't find her.
Yeah.
We broke up for other reasons, but this was the first red flag.
I mean, if she's there, free as a bird, obviously the government didn't catch her. They're not just going to be like, we'll get you one day, love.
That's a good point. I mean, it could have been yesterday in this story.
Oh, now she's in prison.
Possibly.
That was a very fast breakup.
I mean, he does say that they broke up for other reasons, but it was the first red flag.
And all that had to happen in the last 12 hours.
Yeah, I mean, it all just piled out of her.
She tried to put a shrimp up my bum.
Someone else says, my wife would bring stuff home that said refrigerate after opening. So immediately when she got home from food shopping, she would open it and proceed to put it in the refrigerator.
Okay.
Obviously, didn't need to use the item then.
Yes.
But she read that it needed to be refrigerated after opening, so opened it and then stuck it in the fridge.
You know what? I'm on this woman's side. Is this one a woman, Jordan?
Well, it does say my wife would bring,
Okay.
so yes.
Right, thank God. Right, so I'm not going to get shouted at by you. I'm on this woman's side with this one, right? Because I don't understand instructions.
Things, okay.
Most things, and mostly, but instructions on packaging. Because unless every step is
Written for like a 2-year-old.
yes, like meticulously written out, so there's no way to go wrong, I will fumble.
I dare say you've not done that, though.
I've not done that. No, I'm not thick. But
So what's your point?
well, I'm just saying, cut us some slack. Because say on the back of soup, right, on the back of soup tins, it says "Do not boil" in capitals. Right?
It is shouting at you.
It is, right? But that's the thing, right? If you fucking boil soup, it's acting like it's going to unleash an arsenic cloud that will engulf your entire city, right?
Yeah.
But as far as I'm aware, it means don't boil because that'll diminish the flavour, right? But it's like saying, do not boil! As if you do, you will die, right? So I'm like, why can't I let it boil, right? So every time I'm cooking soup or warming soup through, I'm like, make sure it doesn't boil. Until I realised the reason for it. And I'm like, well, who gives a fuck? I can deal with slightly tasteless tomato soup, I'll be fine.
Maybe it was that do not boil because it might like get stuck to the bottom or something. I don't know.
Well, that's my point. It could say that. Do not
Yeah.
boil for this reason.
Or recommended do not boil.
Yeah.
Rather than an instruction.
Yeah, do not boil.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like your dad saying to you, do not play with fire, when you're a kid or whatever. Because you're like, well, why? If the reason you do not play with fire is that, I don't know, your alarm won't go off tomorrow.
Right.
You might think, well, who cares? I can deal with that. But, burning yourself and dying a horrible grisly death is a reason to be told, do not play with fire.
True.
But do not boil soup is maybe a little less.
You do sound like a pro chef now, though.
Where's the boiled soup?
See, the problem is it's when you do it in the toaster.
Oh.
You see, it's just a bit of a gloopy mess.
Yeah, well, the croutons, you just pour it on the toast. I mean, that's...
I see what you're doing. Mm-hmm. It's just wrong.
Hey, I told that a lot.
She didn't understand that you actually have to pay what you spend on credit cards. Like, the credit amount she had was supposed to be her monthly limit, and it just reset every month.
It's a free money.
That would have been great.
That would be great.
But no, I assume she's massively in debt now.
It seems that way. Yeah, definitely sounds it.
I dare say her credit score's fucked.
Probably. Makes me feel better now.
Or how about, I'm realising there's a lot of female examples in this, but
Hey, Jordan.
I can't change the facts. I can't change what I've seen and found.
Tell you what, just change them.
Okay, I'll try. Watch this go really wrong. He didn't know that yogurt and pudding, which I understand is like American custard pudding.
Yeah.
That yogurt and pudding, in either case, that they are not the same thing. He thought it was like how us British called fries chips. He had been eating pudding and granola for breakfast for months and congratulated himself for being so healthy. He also baked baby Jesus a birthday cake on Christmas, lit a candle and took it outside. When the wind blew the candle out, he was convinced that it was Jesus that blew it out.
Lord.
There's a lot to dissect in that.
All right, so, yeah, I mean, I'm going to ignore the custard, because that's fair enough. And massively overshadowed by making Jesus a fucking birthday cake.
What do you say out loud?
I mean, I'm not going to touch religion. To each their own, fair enough.
Of course.
But, like Jesus is going to be like...
Oh, thankfully, finally.
Yeah.
I was sick of Christmas pudding.
I've been waiting 2,000 years for this.
Oh, yeah. They didn't have candles in my day. How about when they were stacking cups in the dishwasher?
That's not going to work.
Now, It's just stupid.
Yeah, that is a bit daft, yeah.
Nothing more to say with that one. How about, my ex wanted to start a business making supplies for baby showers. Her business plan was to sell everything below cost to increase sales. After I explained numerous times that you cannot profit from a business that will inevitably lose money, her reply was that I was the idiot because if she sold them cheap, it would drum up more business and she would sell more that way.
Yeah, you're also going to have to buy more that way.
Yeah, it'd be great if it was an unlimited free supply.
That would be good. Yeah, like that credit card.
Yeah, maybe it was the same person. I'll just buy it all on this card. Resets every month.
See, I can understand like maybe doing that for like the first few months to get your name out there kind of thing.
Right, yeah. And then lose those customers when the price goes up.
Well, I mean, generally they only have one baby at a time. So you're only going to see, you could see them as early as 9 months again later when your prices are going up. But I'll do a few.
Yeah, you might take a little hit initially, might you?
Yeah, you got to spend money to make money, as the saying goes.
Yeah, on that credit card.
Precisely.
When she asked me, where does the sun go at night? I was dumbfounded. She was in her early 20s at the time.
I guess you could answer that by saying it goes to Australia.
It goes on holiday.
Yeah, it just goes for a little night away.
He thought that you absorb a gallon of water when you shower, therefore he didn't need to drink water.
A gallon?
Well, I guess as much as water is poured on him in the shower.
That's a lot of water, though.
I think in that, questioning the fact that it's a gallon is not the thing that you need to focus on.
Yeah, all right, yeah, okay, right. That's a lot of water.
Getting hydrated does not mean getting a shower.
Of course not. I mean, it does...
Unless your mouth's open.
Your skin does get hydrated a little bit, but not your body.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, unless he showers like this.
Yeah, I'm going to say...
For everyone at home, my mouth is open.
Oh, just stay there. Shut your eyes.
Been through this, Jordan. I don't need to shut my eyes.
And the other thing, by the way, if people suffer from dry skin and, like they use the moisturisers, all that stuff,
yeah,
you have to do it from the inside, don't you? As in hydrate yourself.
Yeah, okay.
I don't mean like swallow moisturiser.
Oh, yeah, don't do that at home, people.
The whole reason you've got dry skin is because you don't drink enough water.
Okay. I did not know that.
Oh, okay. Now you do.
Now I do. Well, cheers for the tip. I mean, why did they prescribe moisturiser then? And why is moisturiser a thing? And why is this such a massive business? Like, dry skin, use E45 now with fucking, I don't know, wanker shit.
Wanker glue.
Wanker glue.
They say beef tallow, don't they?
No, apparently they say drink water.
No, to replace any artificial moisturisers and creams with beef fat. Because it absorbs naturally into your skin and meant to be the best form of moisturising from the outside.
Wow, did not know that.
Yeah. And the other thing, it's been joked about, but it's true.
Ian, you're awesome.
No, not that. How anti-wrinkle creams are
a con.
A con.
Yeah.
Because we still have fingerprints.
Right, yeah, okay, that makes sense. So it doesn't unwrinkle your fingers.
There you go.
Anti-wrinkle cream, that always seems like stupid. Like, what's it gonna do?
Also, you shouldn't call her that.
What, my wife?
No, your auntie.
Oh, anti-wrinkle face.
I know she's getting on, but it hurts her.
Anti-wrinkle cream. And her husband, Uncle Wrinkle Cream.
It's the Wrinkle family.
God.
What about when she asked me, have you ever had your hair set on fire? And then lit my hair on fire.
Oh, God.
We were done. Her intrusive thoughts won that day.
Yeah, I mean, what if the answer had been yes?
That's a good point.
It's like, yes, and I don't want to experience it again.
Imagine if they just put hairspray on as well.
Oh, God. There's no taps nearby.
It wouldn't be a good day for them. What about how he could not find our country on Europe's map, and the countries were written in bold, and all the capitals too?
Okay. I was about to say I empathise with that person too, because I'm shit at geography, but if it's written in your face, I mean, I know a general ballpark, of places.
Well, you think where you live.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't expect anyone to necessarily know where Yugoslavia is if you've never been.
Yeah.
But where you live, you kind of have an idea.
Yeah, I mean, especially, like, it's easy for us because our country just looks like a big boot, doesn't it?
No, Ian.
Huh?
No.
What?
That would be Italy.
Yeah, that's where I live, innit?
Nah. That's why the pasta's shit here.
Yeah. That was like 28 years ago. Okay.
How about when she boiled a dozen eggs to colour for Easter and then proceeded to peel them? Realised the mistake, boiled another dozen and started to peel those as well. We've been married for 18 years.
Get your head in the game. It's Christmas as well. She's been peeling since Easter.
Should have been baking Jesus a cake, for fuck's sake. What about when he thought microchips in pets were able to be GPS tracked? So therefore, he let my cat out and she went missing for a day, and he said just call the microchip company.
The microchip company, God.
He became an ex shortly after that, LOL. And yes, I found the cat.
Oh, well, at least something happened.
What about I couldn't convince my ex that a metre and a yard were not the same unit of measure? Her argument was that she was a teacher and the ruler she had in the classroom had a yard on one side and a metre on the other. However, she never came up with a reasonable explanation for the blank space on the yardstick side. In her defence, I didn't stick around long enough to hear what she may have come up with.
I would have loved to have known. I kind of feel like that person might have been very badly explaining it. Like, because surely it's easy to show. Like, if you go, look, here is a yard, it goes from here to here, and that's why it ends there. Here's a metre, it goes from here to here, that's why it ends here. See the difference in size. He might have just been going, no, they're not. And she's going, yes, they are. And he's going, no, they're not.
Fucking panto.
But then he might have walked away going like, oh, fucking hell, she just doesn't get it when he's not really explaining it very well. So I'd love to know what his explanation was. So he's like, oh, I would have loved to have known what her explanation she came up with. But I want to know what he said.
Yeah, well, I dare say this is what he said, but...
What? It's not.
Well, he obviously made it clear that there's a blank space on the yard side, therefore implying that it's not as long.
Mm-hmm. Well, no, that's what he said to us.
True, but she couldn't come up with a reasonable explanation for that, so I dare say she knew.
Well, I would love to sit down and mediate that argument so I can call, whichever one is the wrong one. I mean, obviously she's wrong in this sense, but in the way of explanation for both their points, I can sort your explanation out because it's not clear enough.
I'll get on it for you.
Thanks, call him if you wouldn't mind.
I'll do that later, I promise.
Okay, that's what I'm going to do right now.
Or how about, I'll just cook it on a higher heat. It'll kill the bacteria, he said, while showing me a bulging meat pack of slimy, pale-looking raw chicken thighs a week past its eat-by date that he'd hid in the back of the fridge because he didn't feel like going to the grocery store. I fled the apartment before he opened it. He called me, puking, that it stank and what to do.
Bin it! Go get some more!
It's not hard, is it? Yeah. At least he didn't eat it.
That's true.
It would have been worse. He would have been even more of an idiot.
You'd have been very dead.
Potentially. A couple more for you. I met a woman who thought the compass orientation was just fancy ways to say directions. North was always straight. South was always backwards. East, right, west, left. No matter which way you were facing. Got to a junction. Go east. But he just meant right.
Right.
And did you ever do that thing at school? Never eat shredded wheat?
I did. I actually thought of that as you said it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I now just visualise it, but I used to do that.
Actually, there was that one, and there was another rhyme. Do you remember what that one was?
No.
It was naughty elephants squirt water.
Oh, I've never heard of that one.
Yep. There was also nipples serve every winter.
Oh, no. I've not heard that one either.
I just made that one up, that's why.
Yeah. Oh, very good. It works, though.
Thank you.
It's little coat hooks.
Yeah, exactly. You got any for me?
Not for that one, but I do have the one for tuning a standard 6-string guitar.
I think I know what you're going to say.
Oh, dear.
Yeah.
So do you remember what it is thickest to thinnest?
It's EADGBE.
Yes.
And it's elephants and donkeys grow big ears.
That's one. Or Eddie ate dynamite, goodbye Eddie. Or backwards Easter Bunny gets drunk after Easter.
Nice.
So they're effective.
They all work,
They do. Someone else says, there was a lot of reasons, but here are two. He started his car to check the oil. Mm-hmm. And number 2 was, instead of saying can't win for losing, he always said can't win but losing.
Okay.
Like, I get it.
Would you break up with someone for that?
I mean, I'm not suggesting they broke up, just realised they were dating an idiot.
Okay, fair enough. I was under the impression, because most of these ended up with, I bolted from the house.
Yeah.
Never to talk to them again.
But ironically, the one that set the hair on fire didn't say that.
Oh. Turned out I loved him.
Married him the next day. Penultimate one. She kept stating the big revelation of her story with Lord and behold instead of lo and behold. I told her she was using the wrong word, but instead I was the idiot because it was behold the Lord. Anyways, Lord and behold, she fucked 5 other dudes, so we're on more than a temporary break.
They're married now, right?
Final one. I knew I was dating an idiot when I saw that he preheats the microwave.
Oh, God. I mean, that's thorough, but unnecessary.
Yeah. You don't have to do that.
Well, do you want to know something funny?
Go on.
I love your face whenever I say that. About something you're like, listen to this thick fuck. And I'm like, want to hear a story?
You thought that was stupid.
Once upon a time, this was maybe, how old am I now? So yeah,
edging 40.
Yeah, cheers. I love the way you'd love to just twist that knife. It's about 15 years ago.
Right.
So I have told my parents this, but they do listen, and I know they will have forgotten. But they're going to swear to me that I never told them, but I did.
So let me set the scene. You were well into adulthood.
Yeah. How old was I? 25.
Being able to vote for a while. Go on.
Yeah. I was drunk though at the time. Surprising, I know. But I went home one night and lo and behold,
Lord and behold,
Lord and beholden, all takeaways on my route home was shut. So I was unable to get my chips, to help soak up all that alcohol that I'd had throughout the evening. But I got home, remembered that there was a microwave meal in the fridge. So I was like, fuck yes, right? So took it out, popped the old top, did the little pop the top so it doesn't pop in the microwave.
Like pierce it.
Yeah, pierce the lid. Thanks.
I wonder what you meant really by pop the top, but I assume you meant pierce it.
Yeah, pierce the lid, thank you. Went to the microwave, put it on for, I think it said like 10 minutes or something like that. You had to put it on because I think it was from Frozen. Went to get the TV on, all set up, got a drink set up, ready, so I could just then go back to the microwave, take the meal out, go and sit down and scoff away happily on my own in the middle of the night.
So far, it's a good story.
It's a fantastic
making sense.
Yeah, exactly. So I sat down for about 8 minutes. I looked at my watch and I was like, right, it's been about 8 minutes. I'll go back through and get ready. Went back through, walked around the corner, looked on the side. Next to the on microwave was the microwave meal. So I hadn't put it in the microwave. So I'd put it on for about 8 minutes, just microwaving nothing.
Meanwhile, your electricity bill skyrockets.
Oh, shit. So I stopped it. I was like, fuck. So I don't know, if that's dangerous or whatever. So I put the microwave meal in the microwave, put it back on for another 10 minutes, took it out after the 10 minutes, and it was still frozen. So the microwave was broken.
Oh,
it just wasn't cooking anything.
Wow, it microwaved itself.
Yes, to death. So I was like, fuck. And I thought, bears kill me. So I think I had some crisps and went to bed. Microwave was probably still on.
Yeah, it didn't do anything anyway. Oh, God. Oh, dear.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Yeah. So, I mean, people do these sorts of things when they've had a drink. We all go through these little things. I'm sure everyone's got some stories about the daft things they've done when they're drunk. In fact, you know what? Please give us some. Email. I don't want to be the only one sharing here. Give me some stories. People at home emailing.
And also, let us know if you felt that you've ever dated an idiot.
Yeah, do that. Yeah, just fucking tell us everything. Tell us your life story. Have you ever met Zozo? Anyway, Jordan, thank you very much for giving us all a laugh and inciting some horrible memories in me.
You're very welcome. Glad I could take you there.
You normally do. So with that, Jordan, does that about bring us around to the end of today's episode?
I think it does.
Nice. Thank you for tuning into today's episode of Two Guys What's Up. Don't forget to follow the show wherever you listen to us so you don't miss another episode, and maybe even tell a friend. Take your friend to a shop, turn every microwave on in said shop, go to Curry's or something like that.
Ironically, not microwaving a curry.
Yes, precisely. And then just start shouting out, Zozo's here. And then when the police come to arrest Zozo, just say, he's not real, I heard about him on a podcast. And then tell them about us.
And if you'd like to get in touch with us, our Linktree link is in the bio of this episode, which you can click on and be jetted off to every single link you will ever need for all your Two Guys What's Up essentials. Want to get your own Two Guys What's Up t-shirt? Click the link.
Want to tell us some stupid drunk shenanigans that you've gotten up to? click the link.
Want to contact your own Zozo, click the link.
And if you click that link, it will blast you off to Patreon. The whole of all your Two Guys What's Up extra essential, I'm keeping it, including pin badges, shout-outs, t-shirts, and if you really can't get enough of our fantastic tales and drunken voices, I'm not drunk right now, but, well, now you can get more of each, because there are 23 bonus episodes right up there on the Patreon right now, sat there, waiting for your ears to go and have a little gobble of all that extra audio goodness. And it is all available right now, starting with the bonus episodes, for just £3 a month.
Bargain. So if you want to help support the show and get some cool stuff while you do so, head over to patreon.com/Two Guys What's Up to check out all the goodies over there. The link will be down below for your pleasure.
That was very pleasurable. But if you can't do that, but you still like to help us out, then a 5-star rating and review in your podcast app of choice would be the best way to help us out. And it was totally free, and we would be forever and eternally grateful.
Sure would.
But on that note, thanks for listening. Y'all have an amazing week, and we will see you next Monday.
Lord and behold.
XOXO.
Head over to patreon.com/Two Guys. I can't do it while you're doing that.
What wanking?
That's fine.
Back when I was in a restaurant that I worked at when I met my wife, we used to play a game where we would think of celebrities and we would try and put food names into their names. So like Calvin Harris would be Calvin Haggis.
Right, okay, I see. Okay. Who else could we try that with?
Oh god, man, we had
Chris Tucker.
Yeah, Crisps Tucker.
Nice.
We had so many back in the day. Like we went through, like we had days of it. Like 10-hour shifts, just going through making up stupid ones.
Oh, if only you kept a log.
Should have done, really. I never thought we'd come to this. Though we've been talking about it though. I'll have a little think as we go through, see if we can think of any more. I mean, you got a list of celebrities on your phone, so you.
I do. Not food alternatives there.
You could just, give me them. I'll bash one out for everyone. We'll do that as a bit of extra credit at the end.
Nice.